So with all of the hate surrounding Mushoku Tensei after the third season's premiere, I'm going to take a moment and thoroughly explain why, at the same time, this series gets so much love. And no, it's not because Rudius likes to grope catgirls. Fair warning, this video will not be produced in layman's terms. Because before we start, you should know, it's been documented in psychology for over a century that there are two classes of people who won't take in what I'm about to break down. From the early 20th century French psychologist Emile Coué, class 1 are the mentally undeveloped, who are genuinely incapable of understanding what you say to them. Class 2, those who are unwilling to understand. Now I'm going to be generous and assume everyone watching this video is fully capable, which means if you reach the end of this video and still don't get it, you've placed yourself in class 2. Let's begin. The mechanism of Mushoku Tensei can be broken down into 4 steps. Step 1 is rock bottom. This story doesn't open with a hero. It opens with a man who wasted his first life. No job, no friends, a literal pointless life, thrown out by his family and dead in these streets. And if you've ever felt behind in life, even a little, you see a piece of yourself in him. That's on purpose. Step 2 is the question. Rudius doesn't get to simply erase his past, yet he tries to progress anyway. And somewhere in there, you catch yourself asking yourself the question that this entire series was engineered to have you ask. If he can face his regrets, why can't I? Step 3 are the small efforts that pile up. In the words of Admiral William McRaven of the US Navy, if you want to change the world, start off by making your bed. Mushoku Tensei's portrayal of small efforts piling into bigger results is simply majestic. There is no Super Saiyan power-up to fix Rudius. When you decide to live your life to the fullest extent, in Rudy's case, he practices magic every morning, he reads every morning, tiny boring daily steps for years of story time, and you watch them compound into an entirely new man. And step 4, his life actually changes. Not perfectly, of course, because nobody's perfect. He's still a flawed person, he still fails, but the change is real and it's his own. And that is the thesis. An imperfect life you actually tried at beats a perfect life you never even attempted. And if you love Mushoku Tensei as much as I do, shoot me a follow on TikTok and subscribe on YouTube as I break this series down every single day. So those 4 steps taking place in a brutal medieval fantasy world alongside actions that are genuinely immoral simply don't touch the mechanism of the story. Those 4 steps stand completely unchanged, and that is why the series gets the love that it gets and why it continues to change real people's lives. So if you've heard all of that and you still believe the hype comes from watching Rudius make his immoral rounds throughout this massive world, the contagion of example has corrupted your mind.